Hello, WI Beginning Band. This is a fourth grade flute lesson number 1 in the distance learning environment. As we start with our sound production, we really just need to blow long tones. And for us, our friend is this thing called the head joint. We're pretty familiar with making 3 sounds on the head joint, and I'd like to go over those, but I really want you to think of trying to own these sounds, setting a personal best for how long you can hold, let's say, the close sound. Or open. Or our third, crazy. Notice I was taking a very deep breath between each of those. My personal best, I think, is 47 seconds on this one. I got that time in 2007 in what is now Mrs. LaFleur's General Music Room. So I was actually watching my importing. I think I was about 30 seconds on that one, but literally this sound here being made effortlessly should last quite a long time, and you notice how my lips are together. So continuing with the sound production, overblowing onto our head joint makes a very cool sound too, and today I just want to work on the closed sound. Yes, that makes a cool percussive sound, but we actually would like to make the low sound, and then I'm going to overblow and get the higher sound. Now I'm going to try and go back and forth between the two. I want to be very clear that I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my lip plate. And in fact, my lip is like a butterfly's wing just laying there. And the less pressure, I'm able to manipulate the sound with a lot more control. So again, I'm going low to high. Not by blowing harder, but by bringing my lips closer together. So I'm going to try that again without stopping the air. Not a bad little sound production. I'm not going to continue to do the sound production. You should actually stop the video now and do a little bit on your own. Let's put the flute together and think about an etude. And I'm going to make it pretty simple for our first lesson. And you really should be mastering the notes that you have in your book. So on page 6, we can just go over our 3 notes in the golden box of D, E flat, and F. D, whoop, E flat, and F. Now the hand position, just in case we forgot, is skip, press, skip, press, press. And in the back, we are now holding down this key. We don't want to hold out the outer key because that would be for B natural. We're now in B flat land. Okay, so on this side, we have D, E flat, and F. Again, D, E flat, F. Now with a little bit of rhythm, how about half notes? Quarter notes and ready, go. Eighth notes with, here we go. I think that quick golden box exercise right before you play the etude, or number 12 and 13, is always helpful. So now we've gone over our notes in the golden box, and we can look on to page 7 at take 5. We notice that we have 2 measure phrases, and these 2 measure phrases are indicated by an asterisk, which is called a breath mark. So it's a nice pause for us to take a breath, but also for us to give each of the musical phrases their space. In take 5, we're going to play the first 2 measures, and we have another recipe for reading and playing music, which is count it, say it, finger it, play it, play it, play it, play it. Let's take a look at take 5. Take 5 has 2 measure phrases that are separated by a breath mark. The breath mark indicates a suggested place to breathe, but it also is really a phrase mark. So our first phrase goes plum, 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 watermelon. And if we say the notes, we've got D, 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 F. You can finger that. D, 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 F. I doubt I'm singing the right notes. Let's try that again. D, 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 F. Maybe I was closer than I thought. Let's play it. Again, 2, 3, 4. And I would always play it 3, 4, 5 times, especially D to F can be kind of tricky. You've got your D here, and then you have to bring down your pointer and bring up your right 2 fingers and bring down your pinky. So you've got. Now, I'm actually exaggerating by bringing my fingers up so you can see, but you want to keep your fingers really close to the keys, almost like they're helicopters, hovering over the key ready to play. So, I didn't take a very good breath that time, and I didn't get a very good sound. I'm going to try that again. So it shows, I'm trying to think of 2 things at the same time. How my fingers are on the keys or hovering over the keys, and breathing. It's very hard to do 2 things at once, so I forgot to breathe. Keep that in mind as you're learning how to do 5 or 6 things at the same time. Give yourself a break if you can only get 1 or 2 in a practice session. As we look ahead at the second phrase in take 5, we notice that it has the same rhythm pattern. Patterns in music, patterns in music, patterns in music, patterns in music. The rhythm continues for all of the next 3 phrases, which is nice. We don't need to count it again. We just have to keep in mind plum, 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 watermelon. So let's check our next notes. We're now on E, 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 D. So I was actually singing and fingering at the same time, which we call singering it. Cuts down a step. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look. We have F, F, D, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. This time so you can see. Practice as many times as you need to, but just the 2-measure phrase. Go to the last phrase, which we know is F, F, D, D. Ah, my mistake. F, F, E, E, D. So, you know I can't sing very well, but I'm trying to sing the pitches as best as I can. It's nice to have my piano there to help me, but it's not about my singing. It's about my intent to play a pitch or a sound. On this page, on 6 and 7, you only have 3 sounds that you're really dealing with. D, E flat, and F. So you're now on page 8 and 9, and you're using your first 5 notes for band. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exercises. So these are songs that you can play using, again, B flat, C, D, E flat, and F. When you venture to page 10, you come across a note we learned at the beginning of the year, A, but now it's functioning as T, Do, T, Do. So it actually is the leading tone to B flat. First 5 notes for band with the leading tone A. That A is very important. So please go through page 10, which now has one of our songs that we're going to play at the end of the year in our beginning band, whether it is on the WI stage or it is in virtual land, Marianne. So I will go over Marianne in our next lesson.